The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission, regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Approval to accept a hazardous materials emergency preparedness grant for Hawkins County HAZMAT response team in the amount of $3,238 with a 20% match of $810 being paid by the HAZMAT team. Whereas the Tennessee Department of Transportation through Tennessee Emergency Management offers grants for training to local emergency agencies. Whereas the grant has been awarded to the Hawkins County Emergency HAZMAT Response Team for training classes in the areas of flammable liquid fire, HAZMAT transportation emergency, and initial HAZMAT response threat assessment. And whereas these classes will not only train the HAZMAT team member, will also be offered to all Hawkins County volunteer and municipal fire departments, both rescue squads, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, and the police departments, EMS and EMA. And whereas the grant offer is in the amount of $3,238 with an additional 20% matching fund of 20% matching amount of $810 being paid by the HAZMAT team for a total of $4,048. Although no funds are coming from the county, all expenditures will be subject to Hawkins County purchasing rules. Therefore, be it resolved, approval be given to accept said grant in the amount of $3,238 with an additional 30% matching amount, $809.50 being paid by the HAZMAT team for a total of $4,048. Whereas the county mayor is authorized to sign any and all necessary documents for said grant, and therefore be it further resolved, approval be given for the following budget amendment to the general fund. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
All right, we've got a motion on the floor from Commissioner Roach. We've got a second from Commissioner Thacker. Any questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Barrett, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Is the leader of the HAZMAT team, is he here tonight?
He is not.
Okay. Well,
He came to the budget committee meeting when we first discussed this.
okay. Would anybody, commissioners, know exactly where the resolution states that the HAZMAT team will pay for the month, but does that come out of the HAZMAT team's own personal pockets, or would it be coming through maybe fundraisers that they've had?
It's in the resolution, Commissioner Barrett, that HAZMAT is responsible for the matching amount, and no money will come from the county.
Okay. Then, if I would be allowed to, I would like to amend the resolution to where the $810 does not come out of the HAZMAT team's account or personal funds, and that the $810 comes from undesignated fund balance to the county.
Okay, we've got an amendment proposed by Commissioner Barrett. Do we have a second to that?
Can I make sure I understand the motion?
Sure.
So you're wanting to take the matching money from the county funds, Jeff, is that right? Instead of out of their account?
Yeah, instead of it coming, because I don't know if it's coming out of HAZMAT's own personal pockets, but my thinking is if they're doing the training and making forth the effort.
Okay, we really need a second before we discuss this. So is there a second? Second from Commissioner Palmer. Now go ahead and discuss if you'd like. Are you done?
Sure, sorry, yeah, I do have one more question. Do we do, because several of these organizations, albeit fire departments or other organizations, maybe apply for grants that require matches, they pay for those out of their own funds most of the time. Is that correct?
Is that correct? Yes.
Yeah. It's not typical that we would sponsor,
Right.
that we would do the matches for every nonprofit throughout the county.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussions on the amendment? Okay, we're going to vote for the amendment only at this point. A yes vote is to take the money out of general funds. A no vote is to allow HAZMAT to continue to contribute that $810. So, okay, they're gonna set the system up.
Is that from undesignated fund balance
Yes.
or general fund?
He said undesignated fund,
Thank you.
From general fund, as you said.
general fund.
General fund,
Undesignated,
undesignated.
Okay, does everybody understand, are you all ready to vote on the amendment?
Yep. Correct.
Okay, go ahead and vote, please. Okay, we're going to go back, we can go ahead and announce it. I'm sorry, Nancy.
2 yes, 11 no.
Stepping on Nancy here, sorry about that. Okay, so the motion for the amendment has failed. We're going to go back and vote for the resolution as it was presented. Does everybody understand what we're doing? Okay, go ahead and vote, please.
13 yes.
Thank you, motion carries. Resolution 2023-0803, Commissioner Roach.
The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners, regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Approval to accept a grant from the Tennessee Department of Transportation for construction to replace existing medium intensity runway lighting and precision approach path indicators at the Hawkins County Airport in the amount of $2,233,830 with a 5% match of $117,570. Whereas the Tennessee Department of Transportation offers grants for local airports. Whereas the grant has been awarded to the Hawkins County Emergency Airport for restoration and enhancements to improve structural integrity, airplane visibility, and safety. And whereas only previously developed areas that were disturbed shall be affected. And whereas the grant offer is in the amount of $2,233,830 with an additional 5% local matching amount of $117,570, and therefore be it resolved, approval be given to accept said grant in the amount of $2,233,830 with an additional 5% local matching amount of $117,570 for a total of $2,351,400. And whereas the county mayor is authorized to sign any and all necessary documents for said grant, and therefore be it further resolved, approval be given for the following budget amendment to the General Fund 101. Mr. Chair, I so move.
Okay, we've got a motion from Commissioner Roach, second from Commissioner Gibson. Is there any discussion or questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I apologize.
That's fine. State your name, please.
Robert.
Robert
Burton?
Burton.
Who
Thank you,
uses
sir.
this airport?
I'm sorry?
Who uses this airport? I don't know anyone who's flown out on this airport that's taken taxpayer money to fund this airport. Now, if members of the airport want to fund their airport, that'd be great, but why are we using taxpayer money to fund a millionaire airport? Because I don't know anybody who's been out, I've been out there once. I've seen several people tell me that it's out there. I've asked 100 people, no one knows what the world's even really doing.
It's a hobby airport.
Commissioner Barton, would you like to answer that
I'm the
question?
chairman of the airport committee. I'll be glad to answer that question for you.
That'd be great.
Our industry uses that airport. That's one of our recruiting tools. When we try to recruit industry in here.
You can't use phones for that. And they
I'm
can't-
sorry?
they can- I
You can't
understand-
fly
I understand what
in.
you're doing.
You can't fly in parts from machines. When they get a machine down, when an industry has a machine down and they need a part,
Right.
they don't need it to come overnight. They need it immediately. And so to be able to fly those parts in, be able to fly a technician in,
Right? That's
is,
their responsibility. That's
That is their-
my responsibility.
well, if we didn't have the airport, we wouldn't have the
We gave
industry.
them an
If we didn't have the industry, we wouldn't have the jobs.
Then we give them an airport, and they can help maintain the airport instead of
Okay,
asking people who never.
Sir, she's answered your original question. Do you
Yes.
have another one?
No, sir.
Okay.
Forgive me, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
I understand. I understand.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
Was that a grant from the state of Tennessee, DOT?
Yeah, from the
From Aeronautics.
Aeronautics Department, Tennessee Aeronautics.
Did the county ask for that grant?
We have to maintain the airport. with lighting, good runways, good taxiways, etc. So they have a group that comes in periodically and says, here's what's wrong with your airport, and in order to maintain it, here's what has to be done, and here's a grant for what has to be done. That's kind of the way it works.
Grant is taxpayer money. Do these people contribute also?
Hawkins County taxpayer.
No, the state. The state will find money in.
Okay. Go ahead and vote, please.
Ten yes, 3 no.
Okay. That resolution passes. Thank you. Resolution 2023-0805, again, Commissioner Roach.
The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I skipped forward one. 2023-0804.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners, regular session met this 28th day of August, 2023. Approval to accept solid waste grant in the amount of $15,904 from the State of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, Division of Solid Waste to Hawkins County Solid Waste for fiscal year 2023-2024, with a 30% match of $6,816 being paid by Hawkins County. Whereas the State of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, Division of Solid Waste makes available grants for the purpose of establishing or upgrading convenience centers. And whereas the Hawkins County Solid Waste applied for and was granted $15,904 to construct 5 attendance shelters at convenience centers in Hawkins County. A local match of 30% equal to $6,816 is required with the State of Tennessee granting funds in the amount of $15,904 for a total of $22,720. Therefore, be it resolved that approval be given to accept the aforementioned grant from the State of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to assure solid waste facilities do not adversely affect the health, safety, and well-being of the public and do not degrade the quality of the environment in Hawkins County. Whereas authorization be given for Mark DeWitt, County Mayor, to execute all documents pertaining to the grant, and therefore be it further resolved that approval be given for the following budget amendment to the Solid Waste Fund. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
All right, we've got a motion from Commissioner Roach, a second from Commissioner Palmer. Are any questions? Okay, Commissioner Barrett.
Thank you, Mark. Does this resolution, does the funding cover all of the convenience centers in the county?
It's five shelters, Commissioner Barrett. They're going to, I don't know exactly which ones they're going to do. They're going to do the ones that are most in need. Mr. Buchanan.
It's my understanding that this will conclude that project. He's already got several locations done, and this will be the last 5, is the way Mr. Lilly explained it to us in the budget committee. Does that sound correct? Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see. We've got Mr. Palmer. Commissioner Palmer. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I got bypassed.
Okay. Sorry.
That was part of the question, because I know some of them that I've been to have already had them, so my
Yeah.
question was going to be if that was the remaining that hadn't been done.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote.
Yes.
Okay, that resolution passes. Thank you. We're moving on to 2023-0805. Again, Commissioner Roach.
The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners, regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Resolution in reference budget amendment general fund. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
We've got a motion from Commissioner Roach, second from Commissioner Gibson. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote.
Yes.
All right, that resolution carries. Resolution number 2023-0806. Commissioner Barker.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and member of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners, in regular session at the 28th day of August 2023, resolution in reference general purpose school fund budget amendment. Whereas the Hawkins County Board of Education has approved the attached budget amended to the general purpose school fund and now requests approval of said amendment by the Hawkins County Board of Commission. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hawkins County Board of Commission meeting in regular session August 28, 2023, go on record as passing this resolution. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
All right, we've got a motion from Commissioner Barker, a second from Commissioner Gibson. Any questions or comment? All right, hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
13 yes.
All right, that resolution carries. Thank you. 2023-0807 from Commissioner Barker.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and member of the Hawkins County Board of Commission, in regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Resolution in reference Central Cafeteria Fund Budget Amendment. Whereas the Hawkins County Board of Education has approved the attached budget amendment to the Central Cafeteria Fund and now requests approval of said amendment by the Hawkins County Board of Commission. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hawkins County Board of Commission meeting of regular session August 28, 2023 go on record as passing this resolution. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
All right, motion on the floor from Commissioner Barker, second by Commissioner Gibson. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
12 yes, 1 abstain.
All right, motion carries. Resolution number 2023-0808. Again, Commissioner Barker.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and member of the Hawkins County Board of Commission, in regular session met the 28th day of August 2023. Resolution in reference School Transportation Fund Budget Amendment. Whereas the Hawkins County Board of Education has approved the attached budget amendment to the School Transportation Fund and now requests approval of said amendment by the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners meeting in regular session August 28, 2023 go on record as passing this resolution. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Okay, motion on the floor from Commissioner Barker, second Commissioner Gibson. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote.
Twelve yes, 1 abstain.
Resolution passes. Going on to Resolution 2023-0809, Commissioner Gibson.
Motion to accept another publicly accepted event.
Okay, we've got a motion on the floor from Commissioner Gibson, second from Commissioner Thacker. Any questions or discussion on the notaries? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote.
Yes.
All right, that resolution carries. I'm going to need a motion now to suspend the rules for some out-of-order resolutions.
Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Okay, motion from Commissioner Barker. Do I have a second? Commissioner Palmer. Okay. All in favor of suspending the rules, please vote. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to move on to out-of-order resolutions 2023-0801 from Commissioner Roach.
The Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners in regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Resolution in reference Budget Amendment General Capital Projects Fund. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
All right, we've got a motion from Commissioner Roach, second from Commissioner Gibson. Do we have any discussion or questions? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote, please.
Yes.
All right, that resolution passes. Thank you. 2023-0802 out of order, presented again by Commissioner Roach.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Approval to accept a used automotive fluid recycling used oil grant from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation in the amount of $11,750 with no local match for Hawkins County Solid Waste. Whereas the Department of Environment and Conservation Division of Solid Waste makes available to counties within Tennessee grants for the purpose of establishing and maintaining facilities for the collection and recycling of used automotive oil. Whereas Hawkins County Solid Waste applied for and was granted $11,750 with no local match being required. Therefore be it resolved that approval be given to accept the aforementioned grant from the state of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to assure solid waste facilities do not adversely affect the health, safety, and well-being of the public and do not degrade the quality of the environment in Hawkins County. Whereas authorization be given for Mark DeWitt, County Mayor, to execute all documents pertaining to the grant. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
A motion on the floor from Commissioner Roach, second from Commissioner Palmer. Do we have any comments or questions on this resolution? Hearing none, please go ahead and vote.
Yes.
All right, that resolution carries. And on to the last out of order, 2023-0803. And once again, Commissioner Roach.
To the Honorable Mark DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission, a regular session met this 28th day of August 2023. Resolution of reference, approval to participate in the National Association of State Procurement Officials Value Point Cooperative Procurement Program to obtain goods and services for Hawkins County. Whereas the NASPO, National Association of State Procurement Officials, a leading national purchasing cooperative created to reduce the cost of goods or services to local governments by aggregating the purchasing power of public agencies nationwide. And whereas the county desires to save on costs for the benefit to citizens of the county, and whereas the county is authorized under TCA 1209-103-104 to participate in the purchasing alliance by approving the purchasing cooperative, and therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissions of Hawkins County, Tennessee, meeting in Rogersville, Tennessee, in regular session on the 28th day of August 2023, approve participation in the NASPO, National Association of State Procurement Officials Value Point Cooperative. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Okay, motion on the floor from Commissioner Roach, second by Commissioner Klontz. Any questions or discussion on that resolution? Hearing none, let's go ahead and vote.
Yes.
All right, that resolution carries. Before I ask for